Those who have been to a ruined wedding, what happened? 1. This was one I worked at. After the ceremony, right at the start of the reception, the photographer was taking jumping photos of the bride and bridesmaids, so they were all jumping in the air while wearing heels. Bride landed and dislocated her knee, then passed out and kept going in and out of consciousness. We called an ambulance who turned up and fixed her knee, etc., but she wanted to continue with the wedding. She then had the first course of the meal, threw up down her dress, and had to sit with her mum in another room while everyone else danced, etc. Felt so bad for her as she spent the rest of the evening crying. 2. I played a wedding where as we started playing the set, everyone ran outside and nobody was to be seen for the rest of the night. I originally assumed it was because nobody liked us, but the bride came in afterward and said there was a huge fight involving multiple members of both families and everyone basically went home upset, injured, or in a police van. We couldn't stop playing since we were paid and it was our job, and the only person watching was the intoxicated uncle dancing on his own asking for requests we didn't know. 3. When I was 6 or 7 I went to a cousin's wedding. Everything was fabulous for little me, so much sugar everywhere, basically heaven. The reception was in a big community center that was reserved for the occasion. Went to the girls' bathroom, passing by the men's room to see my uncle on the floor. Went back to the main room to tell my dad my uncle was looking weird. Well, my uncle had a stroke and had died. The bride spent the rest of the afternoon crying, and everyone except close family left. The bright side is the marriage is still going strong 20 years later, despite what happened that day. 4. Leading up to my friend's wedding, his father had been battling cancer after a terminal diagnosis, and it was touch and go whether he would be well enough to attend the wedding. In the end, he was too unwell to attend despite wishing that he could. Just as we got to the wedding reception, my friend was informed that his father had just passed away. It was devastating. 5. I was the best man at my sister-in-law's wedding, stepped in for the brother of the groom, that's another story entirely. For a whole year of planning, all the bride, sister-in-law, wanted was a dove release while they said handwritten vows to each other. Very small, non-denominational, most of the family are atheist anyway. Wedding day arrives, early summer, and something is off with the bird handlers. They show up a bit late and are sourcing help from the wedding party to get everything in line. When the time comes to say their vows, I help the handler carry the chest with the doves in it over to what is to be the altar where the bride and groom are standing. Vows are just about wrapping up and the handler gives me the signal to open the chest. I open it and see 20 to 30 dead doves in the crate. I immediately closed it to try and limit who knows what happened. Too late. The look of horror on her face was all that was needed. We spent the next few hours trying to cheer everyone up, but by the end of the reception, the entire wedding party had organized and filed animal cruelty complaints on the handler. It was all anyone could focus on. 6. The mother of the groom was an alcoholic for many years. She decided to quit drinking cold turkey a few days before his wedding. During the reception, she had a seizure and was taken to the hospital via ambulance. 7. The wedding was at a state park that's famous for its giant gorge/waterfall. I don't know whose idea this was, but someone suggested a photo overlooking this gorge and everybody was game. The wedding party went around a stone security barrier and the maid of honor literally fell off the cliff to her death. It was like 500 plus feet. 8. Attended a wedding reception and was seated near the cameraman. An aunt of mine was sitting closer to the camera and spent the evening commenting and gossiping about everyone, and much of it came out on the video. The cameraman was great, he did 2 copies, one edited and the other no holds barred. The unedited version is the stuff of legend. 9. No one turned up to the reception except myself and my partner. There were about 8 people in total and the couple had gone all out for the reception. Awkward. 10. Was a guest of a friend of the bride, and did not know anyone attending. Very expensive, over a top place, with several hundred guests of this very Italian wedding. The maid of honor grabs the mic at the cocktail hour and begins her speech, rambling, intoxicated. Quickly devolves to stating the recently deceased mother of the bride was against this wedding and that's basically what killed her. Plus Vinny will never give up prostitutes. She is tackled by several people and dragged away. The happy couple is separated and divorced within a year.